guys, morning. Wow, it feels like it's been forever since I've checked in with you, and it probably has been. Um, this week has been a crazy week. For those of you who didn't see my last vlog, weight loss vlog, I announced that I was getting a new kitten, Tonks, who has now been a part of my life for 8 or 9 days now. I picked him up last week Friday, and that, like any other new addition to the family, that comes with obviously an adjustment period, which has been a little rough, a little bit sleep deprived, and it properly snowed for about 2 or 3 days. It's been extremely icy and very, very cold, so they haven't been ideal conditions for exercising. Now, in saying that, I've seen a lot of runners about and things like that. I have been terrified of slipping my whole life. I think it just comes from being a bigger girl and knowing that, you know, if I were to have a fall, that it might have quite dramatic and longer term sort of impacts on my body. Sorry guys, he's just joined us. Look, Tonksy, you want to say hi? Do you want to say hi, baby? You're a bit shy. Up here? Yeah, you can see we've become quite close and quite bonded. He's very happy climbing on Mummy after his feed and after our play. Don't you? But anyway, so yeah, with the ice, I just found it really off-putting. It was really cold. I don't necessarily have any thermal workout gear. Obviously with this little one, him only being in the house for a little over a week, he's still getting used to routines and things like that. So I'm sure me jumping about in the lounge, even if I wanted to work out at home, would either be terrifying to him from his point of view being on the ground, or he would get really excited and want to join me, and obviously my big hooves would like clobber him. So I had a look online. I found a little playpen for him. So I wanted to kind of incorporate that into our shared morning routine, where I would give him, I'd have a play with him first to try and expel any extra energy, and then pop him in his playpen with some of his favorite toys and his breakfast, and have him sort of feed in there where he's sort of distracted and can wind down after a good play session. So that's what I want to start doing. I've missed the beat a little bit today, but that's because the house was in a mess from yesterday after all the Valentine's celebrations, so I'm going to start with that. Actually, I might try it tonight with his dinner. I might do a resistance band workout tonight, see how it goes with the playpen, and then from tomorrow morning onwards start doing a morning routine. I'm actually off this week, which is fantastic, so I can try and build, like the first week was really him just settling in, and now I can try to really build some routine with him. But anyway, as usual, these weekly vlogs are not just sort of weight loss related, but they're just sort of updates in my life, just so that when I give you guys the monthly update, you kind of know week to week what's happened that may have influenced my overall sort of accomplishments in that month. Now I will say very obviously that I did not film anything for last month. I do apologize for that. I feel like I have left it for far too long, where it would be utterly pointless to update you guys on that. I feel like I talk about my weight loss numbers enough in the vlogs in between my 2 monthly weigh-ins that you guys kind of know that last month was a rough month, and that even though on paper I lost I think it was like 13 pounds or something, the majority of that really came from the fact that I put on about 12 pounds across my birthday weekend. So yeah, anyway, I have had to change my diet for this week once I realized, like, my mindset is I like to eat what I want to eat. Some people may say, oh, you shouldn't have Pepsi Max, or you shouldn't have protein bars. Try and get your protein through natural sources. And people are always going to have an opinion on what you eat, what you look like, what you wear, and that's fine. In my weight loss journey, I've always been the type where I would rather exercise more in order for me to eat what I'd like to eat rather than restrict my food, because that feeling of food being restricted is something that I experienced at a very young age, through personal circumstances that this is not necessarily the video to sort of unpack that, but I know that because of that and because of my past, that it can be a trigger for me to feel like someone is telling me, or I feel like someone is telling me, you can't have that, or you can't eat this, or you shouldn't eat that. That's a trigger. So I have had to really look at my situation. The first week that it started snowing and it was really icy, I basically maintained. This last week that I've had Tonk settling in, oh sorry, the first week that he settled in, and now I'm getting myself confused. And this last week, and it would help if I have dates, because I actually do write down my weights pretty much daily, but this last week I've finally managed to drop 3 pounds, 3.5 pounds in this week, which I'm super grateful for. Whereas the week previous I basically maintained. So obviously I've had to make the decision, and I left it for a week and I ate what I would normally eat, feeling like, oh, I'm not, so much of a fat bastard anymore. I'm certainly not eating enough to maintain this size, but obviously with my PCOS and other complications, I've had to really look at what I'm eating and try and reduce my calories that way, because I'm not exercising nearly as much as I would. Because it's been icy, I've been getting a lift into work, so that's 20 minutes every single day of brisk walking that I'm no longer getting in. I've not been making as many trips just out. I normally would just find an excuse like, oh, I need a banana, and sure, I could pick it up in my weekly shop, but I just use it as an excuse to get an extra 2,000 steps and walk down to the shops and back. So yeah, there's a lot of sort of things like that have gone on, but I'm glad that I've had a look. I've changed my breakfast for the week, so I've slashed about 150 calories from that. I am only having 1 packet of crisps a day. Yes, I normally have 2. Again, don't judge me, okay? So I've cut that out. I'm no longer having protein bars or any kind of pudding or dessert in the evening. So once I have my dinner, that's it. I don't have anything else after 8-9 o'clock, so I'm fasting technically for a little bit longer rather than at 10 p.m. So that's removing at least another 200 calories. So I'm probably just through eating alone cutting somewhere between 3 to 5 to 600 calories. I also find that whenever I'm off and not at work, I have less of a rhythm and routine with my eating, so I would tend to skip one of my meals. And what I mean by that is, when I'm at work, I definitely have breakfast, mid-morning snack, lunch, mid-afternoon snack, dinner, always. Whereas if I'm distracted or I've got low energy or I'm sleeping, I try to sort of miss out on a lot of my snacks, because they can add up quite quickly if they're about 100 calories each to 500-600 calories. And if I'm not exercising, then there's an easy way for me to eliminate it. So I'll probably still have fruit as an example, but I may not have yogurt to go with my fruit like I normally would. So that's basically all I've done this week to achieve the 3.5 pound loss and get myself back on track, after last week of just maintaining, which, with everything that's going on, and maintain still means that I'm eating right and I'm just not exercising. So on one hand I should be grateful, but on the other hand I'm still fat and still have a lot to lose. So a maintain isn't that great, but I kind of almost needed to show myself that I can't just have the opinion of, well, I should be able to eat what I want and I should be able to eat this and that. Sure, normally you do because you exercise a hell of a lot, but this week you can't. So yeah, and it hasn't triggered anything, and I've not felt upset or anything else, or emotionally needed to reach for like a Snickers bar, or all that sort of nonsense. So it's been fine. But yeah, that is it. This is turning out to be a much longer video than I anticipated, as usual, because I ramble. You guys know this by now, but I hope that helps to fill you in on kind of what my last week and a bit has been like, and the fact that I didn't kick off February as strong as I would like to. At the moment, I hate when your body fluctuates. At the moment, this morning I weighed in at 16.4.5 in the beginning, and then any time after that I went to grab my camera and record, it was 16.5. So we'll have to stick with 16.5. So really, I've only got another 5 pounds to lose for the rest of this month. As of this morning, it started raining. The temperatures today should be somewhere in 7, 8, 9, whereas the highest it's ever been the last week has been 0, and it's definitely been in the negatives. And I can literally hear the beautiful sound of the rain melting the ice and snow away. So I'm super excited. I'm going to go out and have a walk, and kind of see what roads are clear and what aren't, and hopefully by tomorrow I'll be able to go on my proper 3-4 mile hike like I usually do. So yeah, things are looking on the up and up. But yeah, I will definitely check in with you guys next week. And I'm just going to continue what I'm doing now, which is focusing really heavily on my food and then adjusting back up to the calories I was eating before, once I get back into my exercise routine. But yeah, I hope you guys, again, hope you're all well. I hope you had a lovely Valentine's Day yesterday. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video.